Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that people have been talking about for a very, very long time, which is the perfect page. Now, I want to preface this by saying that while I believe everything that's being said in this Twitter post from Google Search Liaison, there is something that I want to add to that, and we will talk about that in this video. So, what is this Twitter post? It has 100,000 views, and I think it's incredibly interesting. Today, I wanted to share about the belief that there is some type of perfect page formula that must be used to rank highly in Google search. There isn't, and no one should feel they must work to some type of mythical formula. It's a belief dating back to a very, very long time ago, before Google was popular, and the person that is writing this Twitter post wrote the exact same thing in 2000s, and nothing has changed. Now, the reason that they're actually talking about this tool, about this on Twitter, is because there are a number of third-party SEO tools that advise people to have a certain amount of words appear a certain amount of times on their page to rank for something. And just like I've been saying for the last God knows how long, and just like Google is actually saying here on their Twitter, that is absolute bullcrap as well. There is no magic formula. If you're trying to rank for black sneakers, okay, just because you write black sneakers 9 times, okay, like one of these tools, something like Surfer, they will specifically tell you, you must mention public speaking skills 10 times, and you've mentioned them only 6 times, and therefore your score is not 100 out of 100. That right there is absolute bullcrap, okay? It's a tool. What they want you to do is buy their tool and buy their credits. They don't actually care if you rank on Google or not. Now, what a tool like Surfer does do well, and I will give them credit for this, is they take your keyword black sneakers, and they say, why don't you mention black trainers? Why don't you have a section about best black trainers? Okay, that's totally fine. I'm not saying that this is a problem. What I'm saying is you don't need to mention this 7 times for it to rank on Google. You don't need to mention this 3 times, and if you mention it 6 times, you won't rank on Google. It's arbitrary, it's made up. You do not have to believe these numbers. I will say that something like Surfer is good for giving you semantic matches, but you can also literally just go on Google, type in best black sneakers, and just look at something like the results or the people also asked, or if I say what are the best black sneakers, you don't need to pay for a tool like Surfer to actually see these results. So if you actually just scroll to something like the bottom, you can see what are the best black sneakers for men, black sneakers that go with everything, that could be a very good thing to mention, best black luxury sneakers, could be another good thing to mention, best black shoes, best black sneakers for work. These are all semantically relevant terms that people are also searching for. So if you include them in your article, you might also be able to grab that traffic. Now that part of Surfer, totally fine. Google and obviously me as well don't have a problem with that. I'm speaking like I'm part of Google. I'm not, obviously, but I feel like I understand how they think pretty well. So, third-party advice, even news articles, might suggest some type of thing. Following such advice doesn't guarantee a top ranking. Moreover, such predictions and advice is often based on looking at averages, which misses the point that completely different and unique pages can succeed in search. So this is the important thing here. This is what Google actually wants you to do. This is why I keep telling people. They want you to create unique content. And unique does not mean the words. It doesn't mean the verbiage. It doesn't mean the words used. That's not what it means. When they say unique content, they mean something truly unique. So take two men as an example, okay? 2 men, I've created a lot of unique content because the way that I am creating content is not the same as other people. I have these nice listicle articles. Even if you go on GQ and something like that and look at like a best suit brand article on GQ, it might look similar to this. It will not look the same as this. That's a very, very important thing. What they want is a nice, varied Google SERP. So if you're just making the same page that everyone else is making, yeah, you're not going to rank, okay? Or you're not going to rank long term. Let's see what else they say here. Google's key advice is to focus on doing things for your readers that is helpful. For example, if it makes sense for your readers to see a byline for an article, and it might, do it for them. Don't do it because you've heard having a byline ranks you better in Google. It doesn't. So another really good example of this is a table. Now, I haven't actually put a table in this particular article. However, what I often do is I put a table in articles. The reason I do that is because a table, in my opinion, is more likely to be picked up by a featured snippet. So I actually slightly disagree with this. Do it for them. Don't do it because you've heard that a byline helps you rank better on Google. Now, I think this is where it starts to get a little bit muddy and a little bit difficult. And also, like I said at the beginning of the video, there is a certain point of this that I really, really want to kind of hone down in on. Now, what they're saying is there's no perfect formula. There's no certain amount of terms that you have to use. There's no frequency of keyword that you have to use to rank for that keyword. There's none of that. I totally agree with that. However, in my opinion, there are best practices. I'm going to spell practices wrong. I think it's with a C because it's the noun. Best practices. So, what does that mean? Best practices means, number one, H, oh my god, that's confusing, one tag. So that means at the very top of your article, you have one H1 tag, okay? Then with the keyword, keyword. And what does that mean? If I'm writing an article about black sneakers, I want black sneakers in the H1 tag, okay? Number two would be various H2, H3 titles. What does that mean? Throughout the article, you have your subheadings and your sub-subheadings, which would be H3. Tables, lists, images, videos. So media, they like tables, they like lists. No matter what they've written here, they've said, don't add a byline because it helps you rank on Google. It does, okay? Things like this, they do actually help. Regardless of what I'm reading here, they do actually help. So they might not help. Basically what they're saying is they don't help because Google likes tables. They help because people like tables. They don't help because Google likes images. They help because people like images. Most of the time, if you stop talking about the algorithm and change that word, so it's actually the same word, it's not greater than, it's equal to people. At the end of the day, the algorithm is a guesstimation by a robot of what people want to see. Obviously, there are weights, which means that Google might give more precedent, more ranking to a big website with more backlinks because they have a larger weight, okay? But in general, the algorithm tries to show people what they want to see. So you can actually just replace the word algorithm with people, and then all of this starts to make sense. So there's no perfect page. Tools like Surfer, they want you to use a certain word a certain amount of times. I personally think that's bullshit. However, they do like tables, they do like lists, they do like images, they like their content to have best practices and formatted properly. And also we will just add number 4 here, internal links, because that is a very key point of this. They also want you to point to different points on your website through your content. That is how you grow the entirety of your website. That is how you control what is ranking and for what keyword. So for example, if I'm trying to get the keyword Kiton ranking on Google, the more internal links I have, this is an internal link, to the collection Kiton page, the more likelihood that collection page has to rank on Google. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're watching all the way to the end, you're an absolute legend. I'll see you very, very soon with some more content. Peace out.